you guys, and welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, we are going to talk about the #1 most underrated hamstring exercise. And no, I am not talking about deadlifts. I am not talking about hip thrusters. I'm not even talking about kettlebell swings. All of which are great exercises, don't get me wrong, but this particular exercise is something that you probably don't do that often, but you should. This is a great move, not only for your posterior chain, including your hamstrings and your glutes, but also the erector spinae muscles in your back and the muscles in your core. Now, what exercise is this? Well, let me ask, what is your definition of a good morning? Traditionally, it is probably a cup of coffee, starting things nice and slow, maybe playing Wordle. However, my idea of a good morning is a little bit different, and we're gonna jump into it right now. This is a good morning, and it's the most underrated and underutilized exercise you probably have ever seen or have never done. First off, the good morning is a hip hinging exercise, which means it's initiated by pushing the hips back and bringing the chest down in a classic bowing position. Other exercises of this include kettlebell swings and deadlifts. Now, the great thing about a good morning is that it is a compound exercise. It utilizes multiple muscle groups at one time so that you get a big bang for your buck. But what also makes it so great is that it's also an awesome accessory exercise at improving the other big lifts, like kettlebell swings, like a deadlift. If you can improve your good morning, your other lifts will also improve. The major muscles that you work when you're doing a good morning include the hamstrings, the glutes, the abs, and your back. Specifically in your back, your erector spinae muscles, the muscles that run along the spine to keep your core and your trunk nice and tight. What I also love about a good morning is because you really can't mess up in doing it. If you do a good morning incorrectly, you're gonna feel it and be able to quickly improve it and get it going correct again. The biggest mistakes that we make is seeing the shoulders fall down and losing the straightness of the spine. As you go down into your good morning, that your range of motion decreases because you can't maintain that position. You're forced to bring your shoulder blades back, put the bar on top of your traps right below your shoulder blades to be able to bow down at a parallel position, which is what we want to do when it comes to doing a good morning. So how do you perfect the movement? The first thing that I suggest is going over to a wall and standing about 8 to 10 inches from that wall. From there, you have a slight bend in the knee where your knees are nice and relaxed. Get your weight in position, and from here, keep your spine straight, bring those shoulder blades back, and as you push your hips back, you want to tap the wall behind you. This is going to help you figure out how to shift your weight. You want to make sure that you're not going up onto your toes, but you also want to make sure as you push your hips back, you're not lifting your toes up off the ground either, but you are leaning slightly back into your hips. Activate those hamstrings so you feel that ultimate burn. Once you feel those hamstrings and your butt is touching that wall, you can push your hips forward and stand up, squeezing your glutes up at the very top of the rep. As you get comfortable, you'll be able to step away from the wall while still being able to figure out how to hip hinge in order to push your hips back and then push your hips forward to come to the top. Good mornings are most commonly done with barbells, but if you don't have a barbell, that doesn't mean that you can't do them. Instead, you can just grab a dumbbell, hold it up at your chest with both arms, keeping it in contact with your body. That's the whole idea of the good morning, is you want it close to your body, as opposed to a deadlift where it is away from your body. And you can also do this with a kettlebell as well. And because of the way that the handle is positioned, you can put it behind your head and hold the handle with two hands. Practice around with it. I just suggest going really light at first, really focusing on your form, and then as you get more confident in the movement and that hip hinge action, then you can start going heavier with your weight. And again, you're gonna feel this all over, and you're also gonna feel how this helps you improve with your other lifts as well. Now you know the real way to have a good morning. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I put out a brand new video every single week. I do not want you to miss out. We talk about exercise, we talk about training tips, we talk about nutrition, and we even talk about lifestyle. So let's hang out more often by hitting that subscription button. Down below, I wanna know, what is your favorite lower body posterior exercise? I'm talking about what's your favorite exercise to work your hamstrings and to work your glutes. I'm gonna say I actually prefer good mornings. They're a tough move, but they feel so good when they are done right, and I always feel them the next day. Not in a painful way, just in a way that lets my body know that I challenged it in a new way, which is really important when you are trying to get stronger and see results. You want to progressively make your workouts harder, progressively get stronger, right? All right, but I want to know yours down below.